Malapit ka sa paningin, ngunit ika'y malayong abutin. Dalawang taong gustong kumawala sa gapos ng panahong nanuluya. Ako'y narito naghihintay, pangarap ko sana'y ibigay. Ko ay gabing malamig, ako'y narito, ako'y narito naghihintay, pangarap ko sana'y ibigay. Sana ika'y abot kamay, pinabukas sa hiyati ng taglay. Kung ikaw ay abot kamay, la 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 la, la 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 la. Sana ika'y abot kamay, kinabukas sa hiyati ng taglay. Kung ikaw ay abot kamay, sana ika'y abot kamay. La 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 la. La 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 la. Thank you.
Hello, you're tuned in to another episode of Live Jam. I'm Juno, and please join me in giving a super, super warm welcome to our guest for the night, the Dawn. Hello,
Hello.
welcome to our show.
Thank you, Rappler. Thank you for having us.
Thank you. We're so happy to have you here. So before we get started, would you all like to introduce yourselves one by one?
Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm Jett. I'm the vocalist. And this is Sancho on guitar, right?
Francis, guitar, left.
And this is Bimbo on bass and Junboy Leonor on drums.
Okay, welcome again. So we're all very excited for your guesting, and I'm sure that a lot of younger people are tuned in tonight. So for those who don't know, pwede niyo bang ikwento kung paano nagsimula yung The Dawn?
Okay, well, hi kids. We started way back 1986. And we used to play in bars back then until a major label discovered us. And we got signed on, and as they say, the rest is already life on the road. We started with yours truly on vocals, Teddy Diaz, the founder, on guitar, Clay Luna on bass, and JB Leonor on drums. So what you see here, we're the two youngest members, me and the drummer.
Correct.
So, yeah.
So if I'm not mistaken, you guys went your separate ways sometime in the 90s and reunited just before 2000, like in 1999.
Yes,
correct.
So ano yung nag-push sa inyo na buuin ulit yung The Dawn?
Well, on my end, funnily enough, one of our former members, Atsushi Matsuura, he's Japanese, but he lives here in the Philippines. You know, he was once a member of the band, and he just came to me one random day while we were doing other things in life, and he brought up the idea of why not bring the Dawn back. You know, because from '94 onwards, I've had different jobs, and I guess it goes the same for the other guys. No, so for me that was the starter. Till eventually we had a meeting, and yeah, noong una ang sabi lang namin reunion concert lang muna, just to test the waters again, kumbaga, after about 5 years of not being together as a band. And then after that, we had our first reunion concert. In 1999, tama ba, Kix? I think, no?
Yeah, late,
Yes, so there.
excuse me.
That was
late,
the-
late 99. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a totally, I wouldn't say random. I guess things happen for a reason. I hope that answered your question. Sorry.
So, of course, the first song that we heard you guys perform tonight is Abot Kamay. So,
Yeah.
do you mind sharing what the song is all about?
Oh, okay. I wrote the words to it, and Francis Reyes, guitar left, wrote the music. And it's basically a love song. One of the very few love songs of the band, and it's just an honest song about two people who are, living in totally different worlds, diba? Siguro, in a simple sense, one is rich and one is poor. Alam mo yung ganon, magkaiba yung buhay nila, but they try very hard to connect and make things work for them. Like a classic love story, I guess.
Abot Kamay is one of the songs that we hear in the docufiction Tulad ng Dati.
Yeah.
So it premiered in 2006, and I think my earliest memory of it was I have a sister kasi that's 18 years older than me, and she had the DVD of it in her room. Yeah, that was
Wow.
my very first memory of it.
Nice.
And I think until now, I'd say that there are still a lot of people watching this film because, if you know the platform Letterboxd, I saw like a lot of recent reviews of the film. Like there was one from January this year. So, say na nagpa-persist pa rin yung impact niya hanggang ngayon. But
Nice to hear. Yeah.
yeah. Do you guys ever find yourselves going back to the filming experience now that about 20 years have passed since it premiered?
That was an interesting project because Mike Sandez had this idea for the movie, and he liked the band, and then he said, "Here's a story about you guys. It's semi-fictional, so we weren't comfortable on the script being called by our names. So parang, hey, baka naman pwedeng it can be another band, Then he says, no. And turned out for the best because when people saw that film 20 years ago, some people thought it was a biopic. It's not. There's bits of it that are obviously
It was a mix
fictional.
of fact and fiction.
Yeah.
Funny because when that film came out, and it garnered an audience,
Yeah.
if you will. A random person would come up to me and say, "Grabe, Jett, nagka-amnesia ka pala."
Yeah.
But I feel so sorry for you. We didn't know that, And I said, "No, I didn't, but thank you anyway." So I guess ganun yung naging impact ng film. No?
Yeah.
There was a lot of realism to it.
Yeah.
But more than anything, it's about a band. It's about a band in the Philippines making things work despite the odds. I guess you can say it's a classic rock and roll story in a Philippine setting.
And it's kind of funny because it was 20 years ago, and at that point the band was 20 years old. So it's weird that we're talking about a film that's 20 years old, and the band at that time was 20 years old. So it's really wild now from that point. Like, oh, the band's 20 years old. We didn't think we'd be here at 40 years old. So it's still quite a lot to take in. Sorry.
You guys see yourselves doing something similar now that you've celebrated your 40th anniversary?
We don't see that anywhere on the horizon yet. No, but we're grateful enough that we've done things outside the box, if you will. Ang dami na naming nagawa that you might think was undoable for a rock band. One of which was we played a live soundtrack for a silent film made in the, 1920s. And now we actually have a show with Ballet Manila. Mm-hmm. It's called The Dawn of Ballet. So we're playing while they're dancing to our music. By the way, that's on February 2021, guys. If you're interested to watch, please go. It's a free show. So it celebrates the 40 years of our band, and also it's celebrating the 40 years of Miss Lisa Makuha upon her return from Russia 40 years ago. So it's a celebration of sorts on both sides. And what else have we done? We played on a boat, literally a boat, in Marikina Riverbanks.
Oh, yeah.
So those things are, we're thankful for that. And of course, the movie, Tulad ng Dati. And it's nice that you brought the idea up. I mean, who knows? It's nothing's ever impossible. You know?
Yeah.
Someone wants to finance it, why not? Hello. But yeah.
If anyone is tuned in tonight, who can produce? Yeah, so I think your fans, new and old, have gotten to really catch up with what you guys have been up to lately. So I think it's time we go back to the music for now. Is that okay with you guys?
I'm sorry, but...
Are you guys okay to get back to the music for now?
Of course.
Yeah,
of course.
Okay. With that said, here's the Dawn with their next song of the night, Talaga Naman.
Thank you. Nag-people power na sa EDSA at kung ilan ng kudeta. Iba ng korte ng pera, wala ka pa. Nagwala na si Pinatubo, nagsawa na ang mga bagyo. Iba ng kapitbahay ko, wala ka pa. Kay dami nang nangyari, kay dami nang naganap, ikaw pa rin ang aking hinahanap-hanap. Talaga tagal ko nang pinapasan ang aking pag-iisa. Talaga naman. Sumama na ako sa wedding, ngunit ako pa rin waiting. Tinamaan ka ng pagaling, nasan ka ba? Ganyan lang siguro ang buhay, may aalis, may maghihintay. Hintay lang ng hintay, nasan ka, hintay? Kay dami nang nangyayari, kay dami nang naganap, ikaw pa rin ang aking hinahanap-hanap. Talaga naman, kay tagal ko nang pinapasan ang aking pag-iisa. Talaga naman. Talaga naman, kay tagal ko nang inaasam ang ating pagkikita. Oh, talaga naman. tagal ko nang pinapasan ang aking pag-iisa. Talaga naman, talaga naman, ay tagal ko nang inaasam ang ating pagkikita. Talaga naman, talaga naman, nasan ka? Nasan ka?
Hello, if you're just tuning into Live Jam, that song you just heard was Talaga Naman by The Dawn. Okay, so when you look back on your performances when songs like Talaga Naman were just released versus now that you get to perform them years and years after they were released, what are the biggest difference when you get to play the song? Like from how it feels when you're on stage to how the audience receives it?
This particular song, Talaga Naman, is a staple on our playlist, on our set list. So we've played this for like forever. But good question, because the reaction to the song really, and this confounds me, even myself. No, the effect's still the same. Of course, you'll have old fans there, really relishing the song, kasi it's their favorite from 1994. But with people say your age, who's heard the song, I guess from their uncles or their moms and dads, ganun din yung ganun din yung energy na nakukuha namin with this song. And again, the great thing about it is a lot of our songs are loud and fast. So when we get to play songs like yun, Abot Kamay and Talaga Naman, and we get that energy from the people, I would say it's been consistent. And for me, that's great, It's a great feeling that the song is still familiar to a lot of people.
Even if the forms slightly changed over the years. I mean, the original recording was acoustic guitar and stuff. And I think, we figured, well, we keep growing as a band. We don't want to repeat ourselves, right? And even for us, sometimes, the lyrics that Jett would write sometimes would kind of fly over our heads at that time. And then when we get older, it's like, oh, wait, now I feel it. Even if, we're the same age and kanya-kanyang waking up to whatever the feeling of the words are. So
Years, parang nagbabago ba yung how it feels being on stage when, I think of course before, parang it's really the audience just looking up at you. But now I think ang dami nang nagfi-film, like you see phones mostly up at concerts. So how does that feel for you guys?
Yeah, well, on that level, the audience landscape has changed. Taking off from what you said, nung panahon namin, people will be slam dancing, mosh pitting, ano yun?
Drunk.
Anong tinatawag? May term doon yung when you're, yung dust cloud, di ba? When they make that, like when you're playing sa field and then, forget the term.
Then there's the dust yung gumagano.
It was loud, dirty fun, really. And now you have the kids going like that. And I guess in the beginning, it took some adjustment on my part na parang, are they enjoying because they're just standing there transfixed on their, phones? But I think that's the ano now. That's the thing now. I think for them to make the effort to whip out their phones from their pockets and actually film you for 10 minutes straight, I think that's the new sign of appreciation, because, you wouldn't bother doing that, But like what I would echo from other artists that have mentioned their feelings about that, we'll never ban cell phones from gigs. We won't, you know, unless it's the establishment who wants that. But kami, we won't. But really, when you're doing that, you're kind of losing the moment also, right? Diba? Because you're trying to capture something on screen, and instead of it being an experience in the moment, you want it to be a memory right away, diba? You know, so yeah. Pero gets na namin, you know, gets na namin. That's the thing now. So,
And I think, like the band's opinions on that practice, I think it's pretty divided because I've been to shows where sometimes they even ask you to put up their phone and turn on your flashlight and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But some of them, they specifically request na, could you just take very short videos so you can enjoy the show while you're there? So I think really the audience is torn between capturing the moment and having something to look back to, or like...
oh, panahon kasi
Yeah.
namin, lighter talaga yun eh.
Yeah.
But it's a fire hazard, you know, so
Yeah.
yeah. Cell phones are safer, I guess.
And of course, I think you guys have really seen it all. You've witnessed how the music scene in the Philippines has evolved. From when there were just a few very, very prominent bands in the scene to now there's thousands of singers and bands popping up left and right.
You're not exaggerating, yeah. Yeah, that's,
What have been the most notable changes that you've noticed between the scene when you were just starting out versus now that you can already be considered veterans?
wow, these questions are great.
Yeah.
I'm always stumped.
Rappler, eh. I mean,
Great questions. Okay, I think, paano ba? In the 80s, you only had what we might call in the record industry as tri-media, di ba? Newspaper, radio, TV. That's it. If you want to know about your favorite artist or band or whatever, you gotta tune in via those three media, right? There was no internet, there was no social media, none of that stuff. And so I guess the excitement was more palpable, because
Yeah.
if you're a fan of the Dawn or whoever artist at the time, Ogie Alcacid, name it, you know, you really have to be there to experience it in its paano ba? Not in its purest form, but really just to be there.
yeah.
To listen to and experience your favorite artist live. There were no, you know, on-call rewinds and playbacks, di ba? There's no waiting on YouTube. Hindi, lalabas naman sa YouTube yan, hintayin ko na lang, di ba? You had to make the effort.
And if you missed the performance, then you would hope, ay, sana may replay. If there is one. Right? And now it's like, oh, you know, if it's going to be put out on YouTube or wherever, baka may ugali rin na, uy, excited, but I'll see it again. You know, there's it's a different sort of gigil when you see an artist, let's say, guesting a TV show or whatever, or the concert was a TV special, and then you have to wait. You have to watch it,
Yeah.
and then baka i-replay nila next year na or wherever. So you kind of that hunger that you
It
have
becomes more precious, eh?
yeah.
Because you kind of work for it, really.
Yeah, yeah,
you wait.
Yeah.
You buy your tickets, you commute, you know, that's the only way,
Yeah.
really. And I guess we have this great vantage point, like you said. We've seen on the what do you call this? On the product side, di ba? Naabutan namin vinyl, cassettes, CDs, and now you're just downloading it on your phones.
And we're back to vinyl, by the way.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Well,
By the way, yung tulad ng dati will be released on vinyl. You can
Limited,
Pwede ba mag-plug? Yeah, you can pre-order the vinyl version of yes, I'm looking at the Breaking the Fourth Wall. Backspacer Records, you can pre-order there, and we're actually still preparing the album packaging and everything. There's going to be some new stuff for you to look at, and so yun, after how many decades, the Dawn is in vinyl again. No. Well, there's another compilation, and that's fine. But yung tulad ng dati is really special. And it's in line with our 40th anniversary. So just watch out for it. Yun. Pre-orders Backspacer Records. You won't regret it.
Speaking of, you're celebrating 40 years and counting now as a band, and I think not a lot of music acts can say that they've lasted that long. So, what do you think has contributed to your longevity all of these years?
Okay, people would say we're a family, like this, like that, you know, we're barcadas. I think more than that, it's really about the love of playing together as a band. Yun lang talaga.
Yeah.
This gives us a chance to not just do gigs here and there, but to also, you know, have in front of us the prospect of writing new material. And that's what we get off on, really. I mean, we have so many songs. Like for this concert that we're going to do, the 40th anniversary concert in Soler on June 27, we were really racking our brains as to how to fit an entire history with just 20 songs or 2 hours. There's so many songs. And yet, we're still stoked to make new ones. And I think that's what keeps us moving, because we think we move forward instead of just looking back. I mean, we will always love the songs, you know, behind us, right? We still play them. But I think that completes us, and we only get to do that if we're together as a group. And also, I guess right now, you can say we don't take things too seriously anymore. I mean, come on, we have this guy as our bassist, Bimbo.
Hello.
Who's one really funny guy. So you can't tell because he doesn't have a mic. Oh, he does? Can you turn it off? So, yeah. He's behaved right now, but not really. It's a lot more fun now. We're like overage teenagers laughing at ourselves, you know.
Yeah.
So I think you put that together. That's what keeps us alive still, as a band.
And I think for me, the way I see it, one of the best things about being in a band of 40 years and counting is that while your loyal listeners get to enjoy your music, you see a lot of new ones coming in also.
Yeah.
So if you could reintroduce yourselves to your newer listeners who maybe discovered you guys through their parents or their older siblings, how would you guys do it?
First of all, we started off as a joke. Hi, we're the Dawn. We're the youngest band here tonight. No, we just play, really. I mean, one thing about the Gen Zs and the like, you know, they're very open.
Yep.
When we perform now, there are a lot more Gen Z people than ever occupying the front space, you know. And you can tell there's this visceral sensation of, when they're watching you, there's no judgment.
Yeah.
Even if they haven't, maybe they've heard of you, like you said, from their relatives, their older, you know, their ascendants, you know. But there's this eager anticipation talaga to listen to something from us. And really, it's amazing, you know. Nakakainganyo tumugtog.
And we always give 100% when we play anyway. It's not like, oh, we have to do another gig tonight. It's never about that. It's always, you know, we change this, you know, our set list. You know, if we get bored with a certain song, we'll drop it, and then later we'll realize, hey, why did we stop playing that song? Oh, nga, no, ganyan, 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 ganyan. It's really amazing when kids pay attention, and then some of them even you can see them mouthing the lyrics, like, oh, you really did listen to the song, right? So it's very
Maybe you should ask Bimbo. Being the youngest in the band, what do you think?
Yun.
No, really, what do you think?
About what? About the
About life?
how about life?
No, I mean, you know, about how the younger generation sees the band, you know.
Like Kiko was saying a while ago, yun nga, parang they're very open to any genres of music.
Yeah.
I don't think di sila fixated to a certain genre. It's like,
And a lot of young
Yeah.
musicians are very musically articulate.
Yeah.
And so before kasi it would be rock sila, jazz sila ganyan. Now I mean with even with a lot of the younger artists now, their music is a beautiful combination of a lot of, for our generation it's a lot of different genres, but for young musicians now and their audiences, it's par for the course that
and they're musically sharper now.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
their ears,
Yeah.
hindi mo na pwedeng bulahin ng mga
Yeah,
bata ngayon because of so much information, di ba? Like you said, whether you're an audience member or a player of the generation, they know what's good and what's.
Yeah.
Really cool. I saw you guys also got to collaborate with Sean Archer.
Yes.
Yeah, he was
Yes.
on our show like a year or two ago also. Yeah.
Cool kid.
Cool kid, yeah.
So I believe you still have 2 more songs for us tonight. So
Yes.
let's get back to the music first.
All right.
That said, here's the Dawn with Missing Hearts.
Thank you. Where's your heart beyond these walls? Is it beating for love at all? Confusion takes its toll. I lost you in the storm, but now you stand there after the fall, calling all missing hearts, calling all missing hearts. May not see what's down the road, but don't let that smile ever grow old. I won't stop trying if you don't. I won't stop caring if you don't. Together, you and I, candles in the night, calling all missing hearts, calling all missing hearts, calling all missing hearts. We're calling all missing hearts. We can run by ourselves and just end up where we started. Or we can fly together. Calling all missing hearts. We're calling all missing hearts. Calling all missing hearts. We're calling all missing hearts.
Hello, you're tuned into Live Jam, and that song you just heard was Missing Hearts by The Dawn. Okay. So in contrast with the first two songs that you performed, Missing Hearts happens to be one of your latest releases. So yeah, do you mind sharing what it's all about?
Okay, this song was germinated during the pandemic.
Yeah.
So lyrically, it's about a longing for connection again because the pandemic was really hard on everyone on every level, right? People lost lives, loved ones, jobs, you know. Even us as musicians, it's like, is it the end of our work? No gigs, diba? And it was a numbing experience, you know. And so it's really a call, literally, asking if you're okay. Are you okay? You know, are you still human? You know, it's finding the spirit that was really, you know, that was really, how do you say this? Affected, you know, by such an event in our lives. So, and I was also listening to a lot of 80s stuff during the pandemic. So bumalik din yung 80s feel, if you know what I mean. So
I wrote the music really as therapy because I mean, those were scary times, right? So whenever I try to write a piece of music, it's, what have I not tried before? Now, the Dawn in the beginning was known as a new wave band. So I thought, what if I write a song that really sounds new wave? Now maybe the Dawn could have written it back then, or maybe not.
yeah,
So, and I was a little hesitant because the keyboard line is it's kind of happy. It's borderline for me. Parang nagiging cute ba? But then again, it made me feel better because you know yung throw away everything that's happening in the world at that time, and I guess it was for me, for myself, a call back to more innocent times. You know, when I pretended I didn't know how to play the guitar that much. I went back to those days of just you're able to discover how to play one chord and you're like, you know, yay, achievement unlocked or whatever. So, thankfully, nagustuhan naman nila yung the happiness of the tune. So
I think it's put together. It's hopeful.
yeah,
You know, it's very human, but at the same time, we're creatures of hope. Diba? Especially now in these, diba? These are weird times, and all everyone really has is hope. So that's what Missing Hearts is trying to say, I guess, in a fun way.
yeah.
And honestly, I think it couldn't have come at a better time, even though you mentioned that it was germinated during the pandemic. I think now people are actually trying to go more offline. Parang, I think na notice na ng mga tao that they're spending too much time online or spending too much time on their phone. So people are actually pushing to like go offline, touch grass. So I think like yeah, sobrang sakto ng
Have
release
that
ng
more
song
human
na to.
connection. Yeah, I should remind myself that too. You know, so nice.
I believe you're set to have a very busy schedule this year, and I think you teased a bit of it earlier. So we have an upcoming collaboration, not with another band or singer, but with Lisa Makua Elizalde and Ballet Manila, which is super cool. So could
We're
you,
not doing the ballet. You know,
Yeah.
Thankfully,
Just to
yeah.
baka wala manood eh. No, yeah. It
Ano,
will be
baka may
Miss Lisa
nag-expect.
Macuja's, you know, troupe. Yes.
Yeah, so could you share how this collaboration happened?
We have to thank Kai Magsanok for that.
Yeah.
She's there, behind the camera.
When she put down her basketball. No.
It was. I think she was sharing with us a story that it just the thought just came to her head, and she made like a cold letter to Miss Lisa Macuja, right, or Ballet Manila, and they picked it up. You know. See, so ask and you shall receive sort of moment there.
Yeah.
And as for the band, we're more than happy to do it. My God, that's Lisa Macuja, right? That's Ballet Manila. That's something for the books, for us.
Yeah. Never done that. ever. So
Yeah.
after 40 years, there's still firsts that are happening. So
You guys are really collecting all of these unique experiences over the years. So you had your film, and then now you're gonna have a collab with Ballet Manila and Lisa Makuha. Super cool.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think you also be going on your 40 tour.
Yes.
Starting this year, yeah.
April and May will be down under, Australia and New Zealand, dates of which are all posted on our Facebook page. And then on June 27, like I mentioned earlier, we'll be at Solaire, Manila, for, that's the proper 40th anniversary concert. Then after that, we'll be going places again. I think we'll be headed for Singapore in July, and then
5, I think.
hopefully other places outside. And, to celebrate with the Filipinos all over the world that have followed us through the years. Yeah.
As early as now, do you think you could tell our audience maybe like bits and pieces of what they can expect from the tour?
It's a playlist spanning 40 years, really. And again, as I said earlier, we've been racking our brains on how to present that, without someone going, ay, ba't di tinugtog yung ano, madaming ganon eh. But we can't, it'll take us days, really, guys. It's gonna have to be a Woodstock type of thing. But yeah, we have plenty of songs, but we really have to whittle it down to what's most memorable for us, and also for the core audience, the day one people that I would like to call them, and those who became fans of the Dawn because they've heard it later in their lives, So that's a challenge, and I really hope that we get to do a good job. But we're very confident because we got a great team behind us in the production side, like Paolo Valenciano's directing, and we have a great lighting director, Shakira Villa. So, and help from a lot of people who really look out for the band. So yeah, hopefully it's gonna be a good, what do you call that? It's a journey.
Yeah, I think we're proud to be a live band, so that you can count on. It's gonna be loud.
And who knows, former members might show up.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're looking forward to that as well.
We'll watch out for that. So we're now down to your last song of the night, and I think it's a very apt way to cap off the show because it also happens to be one of your most iconic, I'd say. It's Salamat. So I think your fans definitely know this song by heart, but is there anything you can share about the song that maybe not a lot of people know about yet?
I guess they know all there is to it. But this song, the way it came out was around 1987, and Teddy Diaz was still our guitar player, the founder. And at the time, we were fortunate enough to get an ambassadorship / endorsement for a major beverage, alcoholic beverage, and they wanted a song that would not just represent the product, but also the people who buy the product. And so it didn't take long for me, lyric-wise, to come up with the word salamat. It started with that, really. Because as Filipinos, salamat is a celebratory word. Pag tapos na yung bagyo, ay salamat, di ba? Nakapasa sa board yung anak mo, salamat, di ba? Nakauwi na ako after so much traffic, salamat, It's really, it's a word of celebration. So, yeah, so the song was built around that, really.
So I think we should leave our viewers with that. But before we hear it, of course, I wanted to take the time to thank all of you for sharing your stories and your music with us tonight.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us. You have a really nice office. We hope we don't disturb the neighbors. But I know a lot of artists have played here already. So yeah, we're very honored to be a part of, the roster.
We should be thanking you. It's an honor to be graced by rock legends like the Dawn. Yes, and of course, thank you also to everyone who tuned in tonight. If you have any thoughts on the Dawn set for tonight, be sure to leave them in the Our Live chat room on the Rappler Communities app. And once again, I'm Juno. And without further ado, here's the Dawn with their last song, Salamat.
Thank you again, Rappler. Salamat at tayo'y magkasamang muli. Salamat at may gabing nakalaan sa kaunting kasiyahan. Oh, oh. Salamat at tayo'y magkasamang muli. Salamat at sa pagpawi ng uhaw ay may darating na araw. Kahit tamis ng ating samahan sa lungkot at kaligayahan, tunay na kaibigan, kasamang maasahan. Salamat at tayo'y may pinagsamahan. Salamat, tunay kong kaibigan. Ng ating samahan sa lungkot at kaligayahan, tunay na kaibigan, kasamang maasahan. Salamat at tayo'y, come on! Salamat, tunay kong kaibigan. Salamat sa iyo. Kaibigan ko, salamat sa iyo. Kaibigan ko, salamat sa iyo. Salamat at